Welcome back to Talking Fitchburg. We are live from the Fitchburg Senior Center celebrating 40 years, wrapping up our coverage today. And finally, we got the big cheese. That's what they've been calling you all week long, by the way.
They?
Your
Behind
staff.
my back?
Yeah, your
As
staff.
they should. I've instructed them.
I've instructed them. I am
right.
the big cheese. Jill McCone, you're familiar. You're always coming up and visiting us. So
Yeah, now you're
we've
down
been
in our spot.
we've been down and enjoying. You guys are great hosts.
Thank you.
First and foremost,
Yeah.
met a lot of great seniors here. I've got a few friends out there. One that's a Cubs fan.
Oh yeah, we have two actually.
Two?
Mary and Ron.
Mary's the one I come
Mary's
as.
full
Yeah.
on,
Yep. So always fun to come down and talk with everybody. Last night you had one heck of a party here.
I know. So fun.
It was a lot of fun, and we want to first take you back and show you a little bit of the presentation that happened last night.
Cool.
So those last years of being mayor, one of my big focuses was getting a senior center, community center built. And Bill Litton had dedicated 10 acres that the city could have when Promega was built, when they bought the land. So there was this land that was available to us. But of course, there was opposition, because nothing happens without opposition. There were people that thought, the old town hall down Fish Hatchery Road was just fine, and it had always been there. And those of you who want to take a measurement, 6 square miles of Fitchburg, and the exact center is down where the old town hall was. And election day came, and lo and behold, it won by 75% of the vote.
There were only about 500 or 600 senior citizens living in Fitchburg in 1990 when I became the director. Now there are 1,500, quite a growth. Dane County Human Services did not consider Fitchburg Senior Center a full-fledged senior center at that time until about the mid-90s. The nutrition program and outreach case management operated under the umbrella of the Oregon Senior Center. I went to the county in around 92 or 93 and asked them if we couldn't please administer all of the programs at the Fitchburg Senior Center instead of having to go back and forth with Oregon. They granted that request to us then. The group of senior citizens that were active in the 90s were real pioneers. Many of them saw a need many years earlier for senior programs and services. They started getting together in the 50s and 60s by having potlucks at the old City Hall. And after that, they played cards or bingo or had some kind of entertainment.
Good afternoon. My name is Tassif Anam. I'm Senator Ron Johnson's Regional Director in Southern Wisconsin. And we really appreciate the invitation to be a part of today's event. And unfortunately, Senator Johnson could not be here, but I'm happy to represent his office. And I do have a message from him that I would like to read. It says, "Dear Ms. McCone, congratulations on the 40th anniversary of the Fitchburg Senior Center. Your mission and dedication to providing services to older adults where they can maintain their dignity and independence is to be commended. Thank you for making a positive difference and improving the well-being of older adults in the Fitchburg community. Congratulations once again, and thank you for your service. Best wishes as you continue your important work." Signed by Ron Johnson, United States Senator. Congratulations.
All right, Jill. It was it was a good night.
It was such a fun night.
You had mentioned to me earlier when we were talking about last night, a lot of faces,
Yeah.
a lot of new faces coming
Right.
out last night.
Yeah.
And then still some faces that you hadn't seen in a long time making it out here.
That's what was super cool. A lot of faces that, don't come as regularly, or I don't see them. If they're doing stuff upstairs, you don't see them anymore. But a lot of new faces where I was like, hey, you live in Fitchburg? And they're like, yeah. And I'm thinking, well, come on over more often. But, that was sort of our intent of this party as well, was to bring out some folks that maybe look at the newsletter and it's not super interesting to them at this point in time in their life. Maybe they're newly retired, but to say, you know what, we have a lot of fun here, and why not a great band and food carts and beer, and because it don't matter how old you are, you're just living, living life.
Watching everybody dance last night, that truly put it in perspective for me.
I know.
We talked about how being active at the senior center it means so much, but
Right.
that capped it off last night with the dancing and everything. So.
And I think too, there was a younger fellow that was like, "This makes me be okay about getting older. Like this is how this is how it should be." And that's, I think, what we try to do really well is offer the bingo, which I told you we tried to get rid of, and then there
How
was
dare
like
you.
mutiny, and then because we're like, that's so old-fashioned. But then to offer the iPhone classes and through you guys, and the progressive things and more of the exercise, but just run the gamut, cover the spectrum for everybody.
It's a true statement.
Yeah.
And we're going to talk a little bit more about your future vision. So I hope you brought your
my.
8 ball today.
My retirement?
Your retirement.
What are you talking about?
Oh yeah, they're pulling you off the stage right after this. You don't
wasn't
know
gonna
that
announce
HR
that
is standing
today.
right here.
Yeah.
You'll be getting the full escort.